Who's next? Come on up. Your daughter got you involved. Thanks for having. Okay, right here. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Karen.
Hi, Karen. Where are you from, Karen?
I'm from Winchester, Virginia.
Winchester, Virginia. And what's your best fit personality?
ENFP.
Ooh, I like ENFP.
Yes.
I think
Me and Joel.
I think ENFP is the best type. But, maybe I'm biased. I don't know. So, tell us about your expectations.
Well, I grew up in a culture that really valued what I have as my 3-year-old and 10-year-old. So SI, memory, and what is
extroverted thinking?
Yeah, now I'm nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, you're totally good.
Yeah, and so, extroverted thinking. And my mom is also an ESTJ, and so she leads with those. Mm-hmm. So I grew up in a family and a context, like a church culture context, that really praised those qualities. And so I really developed those as a young person all up until now, a grown-up who's almost 50. So the problem was I was always at war with myself. I felt like I was at war inside all the time, like very angsty inside. And I didn't really know why. And, so now I'm realizing it's because I was trying to drive the car with my 3-year-old and 10-year-old. And now, like in my culture, exploration was good in some ways, but in many other ways, it was viewed as dangerous. Mm-hmm. So I really self-censored very heavily.
What does that look like? What does self-censoring look like?
I didn't listen to music except for a certain kind, and this wasn't put on me by my culture. It was just my translation of that. And so now I'm just listening to whatever I want, see what I like. And it's fantastic. It's so fun.
By the way, side note, I grew up in the 1980s and I know no 80s songs because I grew up in a very traditional conservative household. I wasn't allowed to listen to any music, particular music. So a song come on and I was like, is this an 80s one? She's like, no, that's like another time period. But like, I have no frame of reference at all.
I have some very weird gaps that are,
tons of them.
But, and also introverted feeling. So in my context, to go inside and ask yourself, what do you feel about it? And how do you measure everything like that against what's important to you? I felt like was almost a sin.
Yeah. Well, the heart is treacherous and deceptive, and who can know it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You know the verse. Yes. Yeah. That's.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you back into like a old space. You're like, I'm there.
Yeah, I will not tear up. Yes, that's exactly. But anyway,
you're giving yourself permission.
Yes. Now it's like being able to explore, like, I don't know if this is going too far, but I feel like it shows more trust in God to explore because, if I do something wrong, He loves me. I can work it out with Him. If I, it's just a whole different framework and the expectation of some of those things that I'm very thankful for my background, but there were also pain points there. And so now I'm realizing, the freedom to explore. And then also when I make decisions to go inside and say, yeah, I see all, because I used to make decisions by listing all of the pros and cons. And then I would choose, I've made every decision in my life except for buying my new car, which I did 2 days ago. And maybe a few others by setting all my feelings aside and going by what made sense on paper because that's kind of what everyone around me was doing and that's what seemed appropriate. And so, I made some major mistakes that way that I've now had to correct in my life. But that's really new for me to go inside. Like it's a really difficult exercise for me to say, okay, when I'm looking at my car that I'm trying to buy, well, this one makes more practical sense. But I love this one and I would be happy in it all this time. Well, but I probably should get that other one. But then just to say, well, wait a second, which one feels good to me? It's a really hard thing for me to do, but I feel so much better and so much more alive when I do that.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. So, I mean, unless it was a lemon, but
yeah.
But I'm assuming it's not.
No.
So then what it sounds like is you're giving yourself permission to come at things in a completely different way. And are you feeling a sense of relief?
Oh, yes, very much so. And I don't necessarily, I'm not blaming my upbringing for that. like I was in jail or something. I think a lot of it was how I processed what was being taught to me. Some of it was not healthy, but some of it was also me interpreting and applying it in a weird way. So,
yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you
here and
very
sharing.
much.
I appreciate it.
Appreciate
Give her a
it.
hand.